Robert Louis, Reece Martin. Martin brought down about 30 metres out. Leeds seeing plenty of the ball early on. Bodine Thompson skips past the first challenge, but then Morgan Smithers and John Bateman stop his progress. 20 metres or so out. The pass giving Leeming something to do, and Hardacre dealing with the dribbling kick from Leeming.
Well, if you're a Warriors player and you fly out the line, you've got to make sure you get it right. Like Leeds Rhinos don't need to shift the ball, you just stay at that point of attack. If someone flies the line, they can't get back, they're going to be a late retreater. They did that. Cruz Leeming just kicks the ball back inside, knows that Zach Hardacre's dangerous, so there's always going to be pressure from defenders chasing up.
It felt like he changed his mind on the run, Cruz Leeming. He had support players on his left, and whatever the landscape changed, he decided to go that side, and he backed it up with great defence.
This is, say it again, it has been a brilliant contest so far.
James Donaldson. Bateman making the tackle. Cameron Smith onto Robert Louis. Louis to Myler. Myler gets the pass away to Newman, and Newman motoring onto that ball, but Gildart and Farrell make the tackle.
That's the best attacking side for Leeds Rhinos. Louis going to put the kick in. Under pressures, it's Morgan Smithers. Let's play on.
Ball is batted back. It's Leeming who stabs a kick in. It's a tempting one for Hanley to chase, and Willie Isa gets back and does well there. Well, is Cameron Smith now. Ledsky back after that foot injury that kept him out for 8 games. Leeming. One for Bibby to challenge for, and Myra it was that came to it into the hands of Hanley, and Hanley will go over, and Hanley will dot the ball down, and the referee will award the try. The kick, teasing. Wigan couldn't deal with it, and Ash Hanley gets the first try of the game, his 7th of the season. They've sweated blood for it, of Leeds. Eventually it's come. It wasn't the prettiest, but it's that sort of game.
Well, John Bateman, when he goes at the line and gives it to Harry Smith, who loses possession, the Rhinos go up to the end of the field, and Cruz Leeming gets a perfect kick. He knows that if he can get this ball in the air and make it into a contest, get Richie Myler chasing up, who's the fullback in today's game. He knows that they could cause themselves some problems here. Look at Richie Myler, just focusing on not catching the ball, focusing on tapping that ball to Ash Hanley, who goes in, and this game has been so tight. 50 minutes for the first try.
Richie Myler and Donaldson, the number 25 in the Rhinos shirt, he gets into the frame as well, has to skittle himself around a couple of players, and he just makes it awkward enough for Wigan at the back. 50 minutes of deadlock.
That's his 85th try in his 141st Leeds appearance. Now the points machine, that is Reece Martin. He kicked 6 from 6 against Hull Kingston Rovers last week. Has 400 points in 48 games for the Rhinos, an average of 8 points a game. That might be tested tonight, but there's 2. Here is Robert Louis, gives it to Cameron Smith, and he gets away from the first line of defence. Are they in range now? No, they're going to go once more through the middle with Ledsky, and Ledsky has lost that ball. It was stolen, says the referee. It is a Leeds penalty.
The easiest decision of the game. Go for 2 points.
When Mikołaj Ledsky gets the ball and he's rampaging behind the ruck, you're trying everything to try and bring him down. And you can see that Ollie Partington goes over the top. The referee says that that ball was stripped. John Bateman was involved.
Oh, oof, clear as day, surely.
You can't fault Ollie Partington on his effort and his endeavour. But that's a big gamble in the final whatever we've got there, 7 and a bit, 6 and a bit minutes. He wants to get the ball back. He wants to make the referee feel that there's a mistake so his side can get the possession.
Reece Martin, 1 goal, 1 success so far this evening. The man who is second to James Maloney in the goal-kicking charts this season, some way behind the Catalan man, is Reece Martin, but this will be his 85th if he lands it, which he does. More importantly, it edges the Leeds Rhinos closer.
And that nil scoreline, well, that's mightily impressive in playoff rugby league.
And mightily humiliating, isn't it, on your own patch for the second time this season by the same opponent.
By the same team,
totally disappointing. Second time ever on this ground.
That's quite a feather in Leeds' cap, isn't it?
And both by the Rhinos, yeah. So, and they would have been up for this game, the Warriors, and you could tell the way they started. Jackson Hastings and his side knew that they had to be on point to win this game.
Well, it's the last seconds, and the last seconds of the Wigan Warriors season. Bateman will give it a kick and a chase and hope to come up with something, but it's Myler who in the end belts it into the stands, and the Leeds Rhinos players celebrate. Their coach is unmoved. He knows that they move on. Little time to celebrate. For Adrian Lamb, it is the end of the road. For Wigan Warriors, it is the end of the road. And once again, their inability to create opportunities to put points on the board has been their undoing. They've run into a fiercely determined Leeds Rhinos side. Determined, I say, to once again maybe get to the grand final and win it from 5th. They've done it before, why not again? They've won here by 8 points to 0.
Ash, how was that experience out there?
Yeah, it's mega, big game.
Ash, how was that experience out there?
Yeah, it's mega, big game to be involved in. You know, it was a tough game. You know, start a playoff rugby, so really enjoyed the battle, and it was great to come away with a win.
What were you thinking as that high ball went up and Richie was chasing underneath it?
It's just challenge. You don't think too much really. And, you know, thankfully Dickie got up and I were in the right place at the right time. You know, that's my job as a winger to put the balls down, and did that.
Playoff games are always going to be tight, and it was going to be make sure we were clinical. So it proved that chance. We had to take it to get the win.
Yeah, we knew they're strong defensively. You know, they don't concede many tries, so you know, when you get a chance like that, you've got to take it, or you don't know what's going to happen. So thankfully we got that try, and we were very disciplined in his defence to keep them out.
We're 80 minutes away potentially from a return to Old Trafford. How much is that a carrot for what's come next week?
Definitely. You know, we want to be there. We want to be challenging for, you know, titles. So whoever we've got next week, we'll be looking forward to it, and we'll be doing everything we can to win.
A word finally for the Leeds fans travelling across. It was a tremendous support they gave the boys tonight.
Yeah, awesome. You know, you can hear them all night cheering us on, so it's great for them to be there for us, and hopefully they'll be supporting us from wherever we play next week.
Rob, how sweet was that victory?
Oh, so good. You know, we just hung in there towards the end. Wasn't our best game, semi-finals footy. You know, we just dug deep. You know, good stints from Dog. Both wingers were good. Ash and Lukey, I think they ran for over 200 metres. I'll take that win. You know, it was an emotional win too. You know, last time playing here at Wigan, but Wigan's been good to me. I've won here a couple of times. So, but you know, I'm happy for that win. We're going to celebrate tonight and get ready for Catalans.
We're at the stage of the season where it's win or go home. How much of a relief is it to keep the season going one more week at least?
Well, it's really win or go home. So just, but the boys keep saying, okay, we'll go again. And that's been the attitude this whole week, just turning up for each other. They let the mate down, they let the Joes down. You know, the fans were good tonight. They gave us a lift. Thanks to everyone that came out. And yeah, it was a great win from the boys, and I'm happy with that.
Was that a typical playoff footy game? Everything on the line, defence on top?
Yeah, typical, proper hard nose. You know, both sides. Like Wigan, they completed better than us. You know, you can hear the contact. I was loving it. You know, I was in my element. Good to see Mick back. You know, first carry. You know, that's his nerves getting out, but we'll get Mick back to his old best. And I was just happy with the boys from 1 to 17, even the whole squad.
And we're getting some troops back now. Obviously, got them back today, this week, and they've got some game time under their belt now.
Yeah,
It makes us better for next week.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing to have, you know. We haven't had that whole year. Good headache for the coach. But we just train hard, and whoever gets the jersey, 1 to 17, we give it our all.
It's almost lunchtime. We're live at Emerald Headingley Stadium, which can only mean one thing. It's match day for our under-19s as they play their final game of the 2021 season against Hull FC under-19s, who've made the trip from the East Coast over here for this brilliant clash, like I said, just on this lunchtime. My name's Dan Hawken, and welcome along to the brilliant Emerald Headingley Stadium. We're so glad to have your company for the next 2 hours or so. We'll be bringing you the best of the next generation of both the Rhinos and the Hull FC's academies. Without any further ado, let's get underway with the teams for this afternoon. Starting with Hull FC. And at fullback for Hull is Davy Litton. On the wings, Manoa Wakoki-Koki and Jude Ferreira. The centres are Marcus Walker and Kieran Masaik. And going into the halves is Ben McNamara and Jacob Hookham. Into the forwards, Aidan Burrell and Matthew Laidlaw, start at the props with Callum Rutland at hooker. And then going into the second rows and loose forwards, there Thomas Jackson, Nicholas Staveley and Alex Gibson. On the bench for Hull FC, it's Joel Speed, Finlay Yeaman, Harry Trulston, Harrison Petrie, Ryan Morley, Mattia Vasu, Tabalakai Sukani and Abdullah Balogan. And the head coach is Richard Tate. On to Chev Walker's side, and starting at fullback is Kobe Nicol. Ben Shields comes back in on the wing to join Corey Hall, who scored 4 tries in an impressive game against Newcastle last week. Levi Edwards also had a great game. He's in the centres too, with Obi Ene making his debut for the club on the wing. In the halves, Jackson Field and Kai Morgan partner up again after a really fruitful partnership last time out against Thunder. And into the forwards, AJ Wallace and Nathan Snee. And Jack Mallington's back in the team too after scoring 26 points away at Bradford in the local derby 2 weeks ago. He's at hooker. Into the forwards again, Ben Mayhew, Ollie Field, the captain returns, which is great to see for the former Weatherby Bulldog player. And Luca Atkinson retains his place at loose forward too after a great 2021 campaign. On the bench for Leeds, Alfie Edgell, Max Simpson comes back in too, Joe Gibbons, Daniel Salkeld, and like I say, an extended 20-man team. So there's Kane Glancy, Joe Hurd, and Ethan Spears back in the team too after scoring, notably, one of the tries of the season against Hull KR last time out down in this corner in that thrilling 30-all result. So Leeds coming into this game off the back of some great form. Only 1 loss and 1 draw this year. The rest, all wins for Chev Walker's side, including that 68-16 result at Newcastle at Kingston Park last week, as well as convincing wins against Bradford, Wakefield too, and Newcastle here back in the 3rd game of the year. As the guys just start coming down to the field below me. You'll see them in shot in a moment. Hull FC, on the other hand, have won 6 from 12 games. Despite starting with a defeat back in May to Wakefield, the Black and Whites have did win their next 2 against Bradford and Newcastle to get their first points of the season. But notably then in July, they beat Cross City rivals Hull KR in a thrilling game. Ended 24-10. But this will definitely be a big challenge. They pushed St Helens close back in August, so they can do some damage. And as a couple of the names I've mentioned, Ben McNamara headlining their team after making 12 first-team appearances this year. A couple of also first-teamers in there in Jacob Hookham, Jude Ferreira, both of which have trained with the first team. Oh, to note as well, the referee for this afternoon's clash is James Vella, who also officiated the game up at Newcastle as the team's just started to come into shot for what will be a brilliant end to the 2021 season. It's gone so quickly, hasn't it? We've been so proud to bring you live streams of not just the 19s, but the 17s, the 16s too. We hope you've enjoyed them so far. We'll hope to bring you much more as well in 2022. With the return of the reserves as well. But as is accustomed, we will take the 13 seconds for the RFL's Tackle It Against Racism and Discrimination. on the referee's whistle. So what a way to end this brilliant season for the next generation of Rhinos and what is set to be a headline game. Really looking forward to this one. Like I said, my name's Dan Hawkhead and I'll be taking you through the next 2 hours of action. We hope you can follow all the way through. Some of these guys as well looking to be earning contracts for next year, not just in the reserves. So you never know about the first team. You've already seen Jack Sinfield make the step up. Obviously, that's aspirations of both sets of teams. But it's Jack Mallinson that gets us underway. And it'll be Hull that bring the ball in first. And that is Manoa Wakoki with the first carry. Just work their way into the game here, Hull, with Aidan Burrell taking that carry in. That's Gibson. Was the challenges. AJ Wallace, one of them that had a brilliant game. It was really difficult to stop on the going forward. The Leeds number 8. As Hull shift it wide this time. Out to Jude Ferreira. Finds a bit of space. Gets the offload back inside 2 to Davy Litton. Now, if you're thinking, recognise that surname, he's the brother of Jez Litton. Did come through the academy at Hull FC, but one of the stars in Hull KR's win last night over Warrington in the Super League playoffs. As Hull, 20 metres out here, looking to open the scoring. Nice kick from McNamara, looking for his edge men, but it's NA that takes the ball, and they then push him over the sideline. But Leeds get the penalty as the chase from Hull was offside. So OBNA making his first appearance for the under-19s. After played a lot of rugby union. And he's outside of a player in Levi Edwards who knows and has been one of the top performers for not just in the under-19s, but also in a bit of the championship as well. Playing 5 times for Batley Bulldogs on loan and scoring 4 tries in a really productive spell for the youngster. Really up for this game as well when I was speaking to him pre-match. As AJ Wallace brings it forward. That will be a head-high tackle, though, against McNamara. And Leeds with the chance to get themselves on their opponent's try line nice and early on. Sinfield caused some problems with his kicks in behind against Thunder. After debuting against Huddersfield Giants away in that 38-20 result. As Leeds now with Nathan Snee. Carries that ball forward. Tries to keep his feet but can't under the pressure from Rutland and Laidlaw. As Morgan connects with Sinfield. Now onto the captain, Ollie Field. Back in the side in the second row as a try scorer against the Giants. As Leeds edge closer now. Mallinson looks left, goes to his right. Drops inside. Snee brings it back towards the post. They'll give a bit of a gap for Nathan Snee. He's just short. It's a 5th tackle here for Leeds. With a look to go out to the edge. Sinfield demanding the ball. Kicks out wide. Edwards is there to chase. It's fumbled in the air by the Hull winger. And Field reclaims that. We're back to 6 for the young Rhinos. Applying pressure here on the early birds line. Mallinson. Wallace. Tries to take a bit of ground. A nice position here, Leeds. Edwards steps off the left foot, tries to get back inside. Well wrapped up there by McNamara and Marcus Walker. Sinfield. Mallinson. Atkinson. Dummies, goes the line himself. Not afraid to pass the ball. We saw a couple of times, and you'll see in the highlights that were shown pre-match of the game against Newcastle. Wasn't shy to throw the ball around as Wallace comes back on the inside of a nice drop-off from Sinfield. Gets a few extra metres. The 10 away here leads. Mallinson goes after we have. Looks to try and get over, but he can't. Good defence here from the black and whites. Morgan. Sinfield. Grubber kicks. But no Leeds player in sight. It's an easy take in the end for Lytton. And Hull FC survive, but Leeds really looking to apply the early pressure. Though there were no points, so I won't be too disappointed with how they've turned the ball over there, the young Rhinos. It's Hull now. Comes to this right-hand side with McNamara. Forces the kick, tries to send Nicol back. It's allowed to bounce. The Leeds fullback picks it up on the 10. He's one of the players that found plenty of space against Newcastle. Nicol. That's Corey Hall, the 4-time try scorer, like I said. First team contracted as well. Played a handful of games for Richard Agar this year, as well as also on loan at the York City Knights. Gets Leeds over halfway as NA now. Good carry from the debutant. But under pressure, knocks that ball on. It's disappointing. I mean, a great first carry for the winger. We're early in the game, only 5 minutes played. There's plenty of ball left for him in this one. Let's hold now with possession, like you can see on the 30. Burrell. Slowly going to work their way through the sets here. Hookham trying to move the ball wide. Lytton just has a little fumble. Sinfield's all up in his face, so puts him down just near the sideline. McNamara steps, tries to shake himself past Wallace and Snee, but the two props are up to the challenge. Burrell again, second carry in this set from the prop. Easily put down just shy of halfway here on the 4th. McNamara gives the ball out wide to Manoa Koki, but the referee seeing the forward pass there from McNamara and leads with the ball back. Just don't need to force it there, Hull. That nice spell early on down by the Leeds try line, but really don't need to try anything in these opening 10 minutes. Rather than giving Leeds the ball like they have now, we can see that the Rhinos have scored points this year. 64 tries in total. Most of which coming via Corey Hall, Ben Shields and Max Simpson. Shields over on that far left-hand side. Max Simpson off the benches. Big clash as Mallinson tried to drive his way forward. Atkinson. This leads within 20 metres. This is where they like to be, the young Rhinos. We've seen them productive so many times in this area. Nicol takes a pass from Morgan. Shimmies his way to the line. Only metres away here, Kobe Nicol. Make you at dummy half. It's the ball back to Morgan. Kicks cross field. Edwards keeping his eyes on, looking to apply the pressure. He goes up. In the end, the whole man comes down, Marcus Walker, but was tackled in the air, as adjudged by referee Vella. Both sides are giving away a couple of silly penalties early on. Could have said, though, that Levi was just trying to contend for the ball there, not take the man out. As Hull now, big carry on the first from Thomas Jackson. Getting Hull well into Leeds territory here. McNamara looking to shift the ball. Hookham onto Staveley. Spent a bit of time at Warrington Academy, but made the switch to the East Coast in 2019. It's Burrell. Gets Hull just shy of 20 metres here. Rutland has a look around. Gives it onto Hookham. Onto the loose forward, Alexander Gibson. Working their way slowly here, Hull, with McNamara. Doesn't even look for his teammate Walker, or even Litton out the back, takes it to the line himself. On the 5th now, Hull. Grubber kicks through from Rutland, and the Hull man's there. In Gibson, but looked offside from the kick. Definitely overran himself through the lines. Could have seen the first points. Yeah, but like we've just seen, Alexander Gibson, a little bit too eager, you could say, to get on the end of that Rutland kick as it came off the legs of Sinfield and Field as well. This is Edwards. Brings the ball here away for Leeds. Hall finds Shields on a short pass. Shields missed out on the win against Newcastle, but scored a hat-trick against Bradford in that 54-20 win. It's Hall up for a second carry. Says, I'll have some more, please. Takes it a little further. Mallinson. A cute little kick into the backfield, looking to send Jude Ferreira back. Ferreira, one of the first team members, also an England international too. England Academy international, sorry. There are a couple in this Hull FC lineup. To move the ball towards the 40 here. McNamara. You can tell one of the players to definitely watch out for with his vast experience. Also with his family connection too to Steve McNamara, head coach of Catalan Dragons at the moment, who'll be looking forward to their playoff clash against Hull KR next Thursday night. 80 minutes away from Old Trafford, as are the Rhinos after that brilliant win like you saw against Wigan on Thursday night. Set up a Friday night clash with St Helens. Don't forget you can get your tickets, travel, all through tickets.therhinos.co.uk as well as phoning our ticket offices. Leeds now with Shields with a bit of space, and it's quick. Ben Shields gets away from Litton. Just is forced into touch though by the fullback. Great work. Because he can score from that range, Ben Shields. It's a great move from Corey Hall. Just shift that ball out over to the right side, that north stand side. And Shields can score from that range. Great work in the end from Davy Litton to force the winger over the sideline. Gave him no space at all. It's 10 minutes played, still 0-0. Both sides had ample opportunities. Nothing concrete yet. That break from Shields looking to be definitely the best, as well as the Gibson no try after the loose forward was caught offside from Callum Rutland's grubber kick. As Hull here, let's shift the ball over to the left with Nicholas Staveley on the halfway here. Flat ball. It's not on. It's picked up by Field, but the Sakarawa is offside as signalled by the referee. It's really unlucky because that ball could have gone absolutely anywhere after it came off the hands of Ryan Morley, who's come on the field. Excuse me, it's Matthew Laidlaw wearing number 10. Just fumbled that ball. But Hull back within 20 metres. We've seen them here twice before. Both times look very dangerous. As Hookham connects with McNamara. Out the back to Litton. And he reads the ball well, but Litton keeps on going. He's trying to weasel his way over the try line, but Edwards and Field are there. Rutland tries to go himself, fumbles the ball, gets it away though. Into the arms of Thomas Jackson. Hull really applying pressure here on the Rhinos line. Hookham, short pass onto Burrell, well connected by Wallace. Read it really well there. The former Siddle youngster. Hookham sends it wide. They get it out here for Jude Ferreira. Great play from Kieran Masaik to just hold that ball up. And on 13 minutes, Hull strike first. It's 4 points to 0. Jude Ferreira, the scorer. And it all came from the offside against Ollie Field. Now, two decent opportunities previously, Hull, when they've got within range, and this time you could see the connections popping up with McNamara, with Rutland, with Jacob Hookham too, who provided that pass out wide to Kieran Masaik. And in at the corner goes Jude Ferreira. Plays junior rugby at West Hull. With a couple of the players are out that way. West Hull. Skirlow Bulls, another team. As it is McNamara to convert. Out on that north stand touchline. Swings it back around. Let's have a look at those flags. And they go up. Extending the lead. It's Leeds Rhinos under 19s 0. Hull FC under 19s 6. Chev Walker making the changes, bringing like for like the props off the field. And AJ Wallace and Nathan Sneed, Danny Salkeld and Joe Hurd. Excuse me, immediately called upon. As that kickoff from Mallington is allowed to bounce, just goes straight in the air. Laidlaw gets his hands on the ball and says, I'll take that one in, thank you. There's Jackson now. Hull with the wind in their sails at the moment. That try there from Jude Ferreira, if you've just joined us, and another penalty given away by Luca Atkinson. A little bit of afters for a head-high tackle. We're disappointed with that one, Luca. One of those players, like I say, that we'll be looking for a reserves contract for next year. As we do get towards this business end of the year, and that's a big, strong carry on the first there from Nicholas Staveley. Sent Atkinson back to the ground, upfield. Dealt with him well. Hurd getting in the action as well on Matthew Laidlaw. As McNamara, quick play of the ball, gets it out to the south stand side. Marcus Walker with that carry in. Edwards, Sinfield there to meet him. McNamara. Laidlaw. Sent tumbling down by Stanley youngster Danny Salkeld. They're going towards that side again. It's looked really productive. And Masai looking to get himself over. He's just short of that great pass from Jacob Hookham, who demands that ball again. Grubbers kicks from McNamara. Comes back off a Leeds player. James Vella, the referee, waves back to one. Well taken by Aidan Burrell. So, you know, never easy to take a bouncing ball. As Gibson plays that ball. Rutland tries to go out to half. Well defended there from the young Rhinos. Trying to show some resolve here. Don't really want to go 2 scores down if they can bear it. McNamara. Ball out wide. Koki. Met by Edwards. And NA as well. McNamara. Laidlaw. Gets the ball back in. They're 10 away from the line here, Hull FC on the 5th tackle. Hookham, will he kick? Yes, he will. Little chip. Trying to put Ben Shields under some pressure. And the score of Ferreira goes up, and in the end, it comes off the Leeds man. I think this will be a Hull ball. No, it's not. It's a Leeds ball. Came off the hands of the scorer, Jude Ferreira, and over the touchline. So Leeds survive well. Shows some defiant defence there. Nice little tongue twister for you. As Hall brings it away. The leading try scorer for the 19s this year, Corey Hall. A real great connection with this man wearing number 4, Levi Edwards. Could be set for a big 2022, the Leeds centre. And his first team contract at the start of this year. Like I said earlier, looked really good on loan at Batley. There's Salkeld. The players to join later, but he's still made 6 appearances for Chev Walker's side since signing from Stanley. That's Sinfield. Nice little kicking behind. It won't hold up though. It'll go dead, and that'll be a 7 tackle set for Hull FC. Just a raise of the hand for the Leeds number 6, who's played really well on this ground for the 17s and 16s. Highlights of which you can go back and watch now on the Leeds Rhinos YouTube channel. All highlights of the first team, the women's, set for a big semi-final. Looking to get back to the grand final if they beat York City Knights tomorrow. A little bit more on that later though. As well as other live streams as well. You can watch all of them live and free by subscribing. And don't miss anything either by subscribing to the official Leeds Rhinos YouTube account. And plus social accounts too for exclusive content. So FC with a little kick in behind. Looking to catch Shields out with the chase from Ferreira. Isn't quick enough though, it just goes over the sideline. Again, getting Leeds to turn over right on their own try line. Look where they are at the moment, 10 metres away. Really dominating the game as we approach the halfway mark. There's NA. If you're just joining us, as you can see, it's Hull FC leading this game 6-0. Thanks to Jude Ferreira scoring the try after 13 minutes. It's a nice wide movement. So Hookham and Masite connect up nicely, open space. But Levi Edwards now looking to break away. He's got some pace, this lad. He gets over the halfway, but the tackle isn't good enough from Litton. And they're said to get some more metres. Great break there from Edwards, and just what these young Rhinos needed. Could that have turned the tables here? Hurd. Big carry. Gets Leeds within 20. Mallinson. Little grubber kicking behind early in the tackle count. Looking to catch Litton out. Doesn't sit up though. And in the end, it's a poor kick. In really a position where Leeds really could have turned the tables. It's that great break from Levi Edwards. Something we've just come to expect when you've watched the games he's played in this year, whether it been at centre or even at halfback from early on in this campaign. It's Hull now with Nicholas Staveley bringing that ball just up to the 40-metre mark. Big connection from Ben Mayhew, an ever-present this season. And like I think, as I've definitely said before, regarded as Mr. Reliable by not just the coaching staff, but his peers too. Definitely one to watch for you budding Rhinos fans as McNamara tries to hit the front foot, get the gas down, but Atkinson heard there as well. There's Hookham. Cover kicks, bounces off some feet. Field does really well. Does really well there, the captain. Takes command of the situation. Make sure there's not any errors like we've seen already. NA. carries towards the 40. But there's a knock on. From the Leeds winger, that's as it comes from that rugby union background, just didn't connect the ball with his foot. As you can see, just getting a bit of coaching from the sideline, also from his teammates. Just a silly error, an unfortunate error to give away. Looking at where Hull are attacking from now. Hookham, McNamara, Jackson gets a 6 again call as well. A set restart, which is not going to help Leeds anymore, really. As Gibson plays the ball. McNamara definitely shouting his name a lot in this game. Halfback really stepping up to the plate in this one. Here he goes again, the number 6. Sends it wide to Marcus Walker. Well met there by NA, looking to make up for that mistake from earlier. As the halfback's connecting again. Short pass onto Harrison Petrie, sorry. Just come from the bench, along with Harry Trulson. As they got a dummy half with Burrell. The referee comes back, and this looks to be a try. It is a try. A second of the game for Hull FC. And it's Callum Rutland. Weasels his way over from dummy half. Beats the Leeds tacklers. Takes the lead to 10 points now for the visitors. Kick to come. Again from another Leeds error. After NA didn't play the ball correctly. Penalised by the referee. Further set to 6. A further back to 6, excuse me. Didn't help Rhinos' cause. And then lapse in concentration from behind their own try line. It's allowed Rutland to get over as McNamara adds the extras. Takes the lead out to 12 points now. Leeds really need to show what they're capable of. This change is being made as well by Chev Walker further as Max Simpson looks to go out in the field over wearing that number 15 shirt over there on the far side. So Leeds, what can they do? They're 12 points behind here to really work and get back in this game. Carlton the errors for a start, as that's Manoa Wakoki that brings the ball back in. Now it's with Trulson, fresh from the bench for the Black and Whites. Richard Tate being, you expect, very happy with how his side have performed so far in this game. After those slightly early errors, it was a sign of what was to come. Trying to shift the ball wide and work with McNamara and Hookham. Trying to get those connections. And they've worked so far, especially for the Ferreira try early on. As Hookham chips in behind, getting Shields to chase back. And again, a feature that we're starting to see a lot more at the moment. Those kicks behind, getting Leeds to turn the ball over metres away from their own try line. Proved costly for the second try especially. And will hurt a side that haven't really got out of first gear. Shown signs, definitely with the Edwards break. Had opportunities on the line, but nothing solid at the moment as Mayhew tries to bust through a gap. McNamara covers it with Nick Staveley too. And finally, a little bit of luck for Leeds as they get the penalty for offside. It'd be just what the young Rhinos need here. Finally some ball in their opponent's half. Sinfield. Kicks for touch and gets Leeds up to the 40. It's Hurd. First carry from the big man. He's really needed to build something here. Want to try before half-time. Don't want to go in scoreless. And Captain Field looking to lead from the front with that carry. Hall. Nice run off the drop-off from Morgan. Worked so well against Newcastle. Helped in him getting 4 tries as well. That ball a little bit behind from Nicol to Mallinson. The hooker did well. And Hurd does even better to get the offload away to Nicol. There's a gap in behind if he can find it. It's just short. Kobe Nicol is dragged down by the defenders chasing back. There's a nice little play. Didn't look to be on with the pass from Mallinson. Hurd opening it up in behind with the offload too. Morgan. Hall. Back, moved into the second row to accommodate Simpson, but that kick is very poor. Definitely not one of his strongest attributes. Kicking that ball over the top, that's way too heavy. Ben Shields definitely was never going to be quick enough to get the hand rise above to grab the ball too. Just gifts the visitors more possession. They will lap up, thankfully. Although in a better position than in Leeds' half. There's a black and whites here. Looking to work their way out with McNamara and Hookham spreading that ball wide. Great contact by Salkeld. Mallinson in there as well. Don't want to give away any penalties here, Leeds. Staveley plays the ball 40 metres away from his own line. Nice drop back on the inside to Trulson. Really working those Leeds middles with the power props and loose forwards too. As McNamara kicks for Shields. It's messy from the winger. Whether he's under pressure, I don't know. Just let it run in between his legs. Going further out, not convincing at all from the winger. Ene steps back off his left, trying to cut through a gap. Get Leeds well away from their own try line. And that's another incorrect play of the ball from the winger. Just hurting Leeds here. That's all they can really afford is another score before the break, Leeds. 2 tries is enough. Granted, we know this team can score and score very quickly. Really don't want to be three tries down with half-time looming. But Hull, big contact there on Petrie. Hurd and Salkeld looking to just move, and Hurd's there again. Great work from the Leeds number 19. Knows what needs to happen here to make sure that Leeds survive and defend really well. He's there again. That's his 3rd consecutive tackle as Hull move the ball wide. Max Simpson just misread the play. Litton steps around him, getting himself within 10 metres of the try line here. What's Leeds' defence like? Hookham. Petrie. 5 metres away, Hull. 5th tackle now. As Hookham and McNamara combine again. They're running the ball with Litton. There's a bit of space out wide for Koki, but the pass again from the fullback is forward. Leeds get very lucky. So it's not the first time that the final pass has been called forward out to the Black and White's number 5. Shots for a high tackle there on Field, who groggily gets to his feet. As we know from Holyfield, will just run it off, and as will that man too in Max Simpson, and wins the penalty for Leeds. Simpson kicking long, getting Leeds just shy of halfway. 12-0 down. After tries from Ferreira. Oh, that's a big shot out of the line there from the whole man, and they pick up the ball as it's lost by Salkeld, and instead Gibson picks up and turns the tables just like that in favour of the visitors. Hookham, dummies, goes himself. Another error, punishing Leeds here. There's Petrie. Gets the ball to McNamara, now with Litton. And it comes off the edge, but Walker's already got the ball away to Litton. As Leeds put the centre down. McNamara. Petrie. Second drive in this set from the substitute. Nothing getting through the work. It's Hookham. Dummies looks to catch Hall out, gets it back on the inside. Hull FC just shy again. I think that's Petrie again, you know. And it is just shy. Hookham looks to grab a kick, picked up there by Nicol. Good work from the fullback. Just when Leeds needed it. Need your more senior players to stand up, and Kobe Nicol is definitely one of those, as is Corey Hall. A sense of bringing that ball away from his own line. Edwards. Big carry again now. Gets an offload away as well for Max Simpson, the speedster. Scored plenty of length of the field tries as we've seen in concerned games around. Mallinson goes out dummy half. More a half-back as you'll have seen Jack Mallinson this year, but no Bailey Aldridge, no Ollie Burton. So steps into that role as Jack Sinfield as well. No options, has to carry himself. Gets Leeds on the 40 here on the 5th tackle. Morgan forced to kick high, forced to kick long. Down towards the try scorer, Ferreira. Safe take, safe hands. Leeds' chase catches him on the 20. So I'll just look to wind down here with the young Black and Whites. Walker. Carries to the 30, plays the ball. Gibson, who turned that ball over earlier from the error from Salkeld. Although they didn't score from that one, McNamara gets his head up and kicks ahead early to pin Nicol back. And he fends off McNamara as well, does he? Former Siddle player. But Leeds on the 20 again. You could see the game plan almost working here for Hull FC. Not giving Leeds any field territory. That's a great run from Jack Sinfield. Brilliant work from the youngster. To get Leeds that a little bit further. Edwards, a little step. Drives at the line himself. Back through the middle. Already done it once this game. Definitely will do it again. I can tell you that before full time. Hall. Drives back at the markers. Gets Leeds 30 away here. Hurd. Great pass from Atkinson. Just looks around. Leeds loose forward. Gives it to Sinfield. He's trying to open anything out. But there's not the players outnumbered by the Hull defence. But still 10 metres away. Leeds in much need of a try here. Hurd. Mayhew, a little bit of space to work. Will he pass? Yes, he will. Levi Edwards will score! but the pass was forward from Ben Mayhew. Leeds' try dreams just shattered there. Edwards thought he'd got his 4th of the season, but in the end, in a move that looked really great, Leeds just were not able there to make it count. Wonder what the words of Chev Walker will be at the half-time to his side. As they have really been outplayed at the moment. And that's a silly penalty to give away. Luca Atkinson again at fault. Not letting the Hull man play the ball. Pushing back down again. A silly penalty to give away. As this we've seen a lot in this half from the young Rhinos. It's Hull now. With Alex Gibson. Drives in for the first, and that will be the first half. And a disappointing half, you'd have to say, from the Rhinos under-19s. Never really got a foothold in this game in the first 40. A couple of nice breaks, and that no try from Levi Edwards. The best opportunity for points from Chev Walker's side. But Hull really took the game by the scruff of the neck for the first moments. Jude Ferreira scoring the opening try of the game after a nice wide movement from Hookham and Masaik. Saw the winger score in the corner before they doubled that lead through Callum Rutland. Off the back of another penalty from Leeds on the try line. Nice to wriggle and burrow his way through to give the visitors the 12-0 lead at the break. Now, like I said earlier, Leeds Rhinos women in action for a big game day tomorrow against York City Knights ladies over at the Totally Wicked Stadium. Kick-off 3:30 p.m. It'll be live on Sky Sports Mix, which is brilliant. Not just for the Rhinos, but for the women's game in general. Both semi-finals are live. And the grand final, of course, being held here on October the 10th. Hopefully, Lois Forsell's side can get back and retain their crown. But speaking this week was Leeds' top try scorer, 20 tries this year for Fran Goldthorpe. And last night, congratulations to her also, because last night she was nominated as part of the 5-player shortlist for the Woman of Steel Award. Now, Fran spoke with us earlier in the week, and here's her preview of the game.
Fran, how have preparations gone for Sunday's big game?
Been really well. The spirits are really high within the camp this week and last week. We had a week off, so we've been really trying to prepare for the semis. We know we've got a job to do. We know York will come at us, and we're just trying to get our combinations right and make sure we go out there and do our jobs.
Does the attitude change at all in training, knowing that you just one game away from the grand final? Does that put any more pressure on you in training?
I would say that it definitely changes, like, the spirits. Like, everyone wants to get to the ultimate goal of the grand final and be in a position where we can go out there and really challenge for that title. So yes, I definitely think it changes within the group. Like, there's a bit more heightened pressure, but these are the games that you sort of play for, and these are the games that you really look forward to. So I think that just comes with the added sort of media coverage and stuff like that.
You've played York twice already this season. What have you learned about them in those two games?
Well, we know that they work hard from the markers. Well, they'll always come back at us, and they always just like to attack at us. So we know that where our areas need to be stronger, and those areas we have been working towards in training, making sure that we perfect them so that we can minimise them when they do come and attack us. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I think we have a very good, strong chance of winning. We've got a great team, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
And you're the top try scorer, of course. How pleased are you with your own form this season?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this season. Obviously, last year we didn't get to play because of COVID, and I think that makes you just reflect a bit of how much we actually enjoy playing the sport, and just being able to play with excitement and play heads up rugby. For me, that's all I tried to do this season, and at times it's definitely paid off.
The team have faced obviously a lot of challenges over the last 2 years. Do you think that how you've overcome those will stand you in good stead for the future? Is there any we can take from how we've overcome these challenges?
Massively. Like, what we've faced with COVID, not playing, and just reflecting on that, like, we play this game because we love it. We don't play it for any other reason. And then with COVID, like, you don't really know what's going to happen. So at times we haven't been able to plan for things, and we've just sort of had to take it with a pinch of salt and take it with like in our strides. So we've definitely had to overcome a lot of different challenges this year. Especially we've had quite a few injuries. We've had younger players having to step up, but that just shows the depth we have and how well we can come together as a team to perform even when things haven't necessarily gone our way.
And the game on Sunday will be on Sky, but fans can also come and watch the team play. There hasn't been that many opportunities, has there, this year? How good would it be to see lots of Rhinos fans there supporting the team at St Helens?
Oh, it'd be amazing. Like you said, we haven't really had the opportunity to get the fans in, and that's definitely been a miss. You can tell, like, the stadiums are a bit quieter, and you've only necessarily got like family support, which is always the best support to have, but it's definitely a lot weirder, and it'll be very nice just to hear them chanting again and getting behind us, and I think that'll help us, spur us on to get the win.
And just for you, Fran, you obviously combine your rugby with studying in Loughborough. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what other sports you do down there and what you are studying?
Yeah, so I've just moved into my accommodation in Loughborough like last week. So staying down there, and I'm studying. I'm taking a foundation year this year, but I'm studying sport and exercise science, alongside playing rugby union. So we played last week for rugby union, then back to rugby league this week. So it's a bit up and down, back and forth between the two at the minute, but I won't want it any other way. I enjoy playing both of my sports at the minute. And yeah, they both give me great opportunities within my career. So yeah, I'm just enjoying that.
Does it help you at all, the skills from each? Is there anything that you take from one to the other?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, there's different things about like playing the ball, getting back, that you have to like remember. You can't do one in that sport, but there's definitely like handling skills and just being able to scan and being aware of different positions that you need to be in. You can carry all them skills across from one to the other, and I definitely think that both have helped each sport that I've played in.
And where are you with your cricket? Is that all? Are you taking a break?
Cricket's on pause at the minute, but who knows? We might go back, we might not. But for now, I'm just enjoying playing rugby league and rugby union. Cricket's been a bit too much with how much everything else I've been doing. So they're my two key main focuses at the minute.
That was the woman of Steel nominee, Fran Goldthorpe, there, giving her preview of tomorrow's big semi-final clash against York City Knights ladies. And like I said, you can watch that live on Sky Sports Mix and cheer on the Rhinos from home. And we also, another player that we in action is hooker Kira Bennett. And we caught up with her earlier this week to get to know the hooker a little bit more. Apologies, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. But if you want to watch that video, it's live now on the Leeds Rhinos YouTube channel. And just search Getting to Know. And there's all the women's players in there. There's the 19s players too. So don't miss a chance to get to know more about the future of the Rhinos. And what's coming through the system too. Like I said, it's half-time here. Hull FC have come out onto the field. Leading this game 12-0. Just waiting on Leeds. We're looking for a big second-half performance. As we know before, they don't lie down to the Rhinos. Scored plenty of points this season. 346 in total. With some strong characters on that field as well. Don't be counting the young Rhinos out just yet. So Rhinos just coming out below me. Out of shot at the moment. Don't forget as well, that post-match, you can hear from the players and head coach Chev Walker for the final time in 2021. All the post-match reaction, you can find that here on the Leeds Rhinos YouTube channel or on therhinos.co.uk. Thank you as always for staying with us. As the Rhinos make their way out onto the pitch. Forgot to say hello to everyone from the East Coast too. Really hope you're enjoying watching your young Hull FC side, the way that they've performed in that first half. As it'll be the black and whites to get the second half underway. be Davy Litton that does, puts the boot through the ball, and away we go for the second half. And Leeds with first possession, looking to overturn this 12-0 scoreline. Not been kept scoreless all season, the young Rhinos, but Hull FC making a first in that department as they look for their 7th win of the campaign. Mayhew carries Leeds back over the 40, looking to go out with some intent here. The young Rhinos. Hall sends it wide to Simpson. He's back in the lineup, has 6 tries himself this season, as he really hit the ground running in his first year as an under-19s player. We'll be going into the under-18s next year. It's a little bit dangerous on Hall. The referee says nothing of it, and it's still the 5th tackle, and Morgan kicks back over. Litton following it up, lets it go dead. And Leeds just getting caught out by an unlucky kick there. Imagine if that had set up quite nicely. We've got a repeat set. We'd be talking something very different here, but instead, the visitors bringing the ball away with McNamara and now Marcus Walker. Gets Hull 40 away from their own try line here. Laidlaw back out on the field. Matthew Laidlaw wearing number 10. It's Petrie, one of the players that's had a great game so far, coming off the bench, number 16 for Richard Tate's side. A man that I think will have a slightly easier team talk at half-time. That looks to be executing the plan quite well. It's Hookham. Dabs the ball in behind. Nichols there to pick up the scraps. He's definitely one of the safest hands on the field, Kirby Nicol. Not many problems from the former Siddle player. Shields now brings it in himself. One player that had the chance at points. After Hall moved that ball quite nicely over out to the far side in the first half, but just couldn't break away, and Litton forced him into touch. As Leeds looks to do the same here with Edwards, who steps back on the inside off that Sinfield pass. It's over the 40. Manages to keep his feet, and a quick play of the ball too, which is always a benefit in the game of rugby league, if you are new to joining us. It's Field. Captain Field over the halfway mark, and Sinfield under pressure gets a great kick away. It's high for Litton. Does for his edge partner, but instead takes the ball in himself. It's another big carry. That's Marcus Walker. Not afraid to take this ball forward here, Hull FC. Of course, I'll have the front. I'll have the upper hand. The wind in their sails. It's Hookham to Jackson. A slap as Simpson and Hall meet him really well. And that's, okay, we've seen a couple of these where players unable to play the ball. This time, Nicholas Staveley, excuse me, is also caught out. And Leeds have the ball just shy of halfway. So Leeds with Mayhew. Makes his way to the centre of the field, gets over halfway. Leeds in need of points at the start of this half. They don't want to turn this game. There's Sinfield, nice little dummy, nice little run as well. Gets the ball inside to Nicol, offloads away. Really at a time when Leeds need to just keep hold of the ball. The ball, it falls into the arms of Marcus Walker. And Hull FC bring the ball away. It's Koki there with that ball. But really promising. Nice from the halfback to just break the space. We've seen it in the 17s. He's done it with Jack Johnson outside of him. The two combined with some great tries, but this time just cannot. It's overworked, you could say, from Kobe Nicol. McNamara. Hookham. Ball over the top. Seen that both Edwards and NA have come in, but that again is forward. I say again because in that first half, if I was Manoa Makoki, I'd be a bit very annoyed. He had almost 3 tries that chalked off, really, because of poor passes. I have to wonder if this scoreline could be any bigger. As AJ Wallace reintroduced back onto the field. Definitely a power play move here from Chev Walker to bring Leeds number 8 on. Joe Gibbons as well out there. Just got that carry in, the number 15. A slight injury that left him on the sideline for a short period, but great to see him back in action at Emerald Headingley. Edwards, the fend. Gets off a few more metres as it leads back in a good range here. With tackles in the bag too, which is always helpful. Sinfield, Atkinson sends it wide. Gibbons steps back on his inside. Tackled well though by Burrell. Morgan, Hall going at the line, gives it to Simpson. Nice little drive, gets the offload away, and now it's Shields off that Hall offload. Leeds to really make some meters here, and Hall with another kick. We said it wasn't a great attribute. He could prove us wrong here as Edwards collects but can't get the ball away. Oh, he does get the ball away, excuse me, to Field and NA. It's going all over the park here. This could be a great try. And Sinfield is just short. Brilliant from the young Rhinos to keep that ball alive. Absolutely fantastic rugby. They're just really unlucky. There's a break here. Is that McNamara that's down? I'm not sure. I've had a replay. Would show you again. Oh, sensational work from the young Rhinos. First getting the ball over to this side, and Hall and Simpson keeping it alive to get Shields a little bit closer to the line. Hall with a great kick as well across the field for Edwards. Oh, I thought had been tackled, but instead got that ball away to NA. Kept it alive with Field 2. Sinfield saw the line, went himself, was just short. After only 8 minutes played in this period, it could be a really good sign here for what is to come in this half. Excuse me, it was Marcus Walker. He's just got back to his feet. Good that the centre's okay. So if you're just joining us, we're at only 8 minutes into the second half. Hull FC led 12-0 at the break. Jude Ferreira and Callum Rutland scoring the tries. But Leeds just had a great opportunity. Jack Sinfield, though, unable to convert after some quick hands, kept the ball alive. But Leeds, again, showing intent with nice drive back. Wallace and Gibbons leading the charge there to push Gibson back towards his own line. And again, they do the same. Discipline, though, needed here for Chev Walker's side. Burrell works his way towards the 20-metre mark here for Hull FC. Instead, McNamara says, I'm going to have to kick long, and does so. It's a wicked bounce back away from the sideline, but Nicol better to it. and gets the offload away for NA. Gets out of the tackle and McNamara fends away from a couple more and gets himself back towards halfway. So plays the ball well this time for Simpson. This leads a little further, finds his front as well. Quick play of the ball for Mallinson. This Field cuts back towards the markers and trying to wriggle out of the challenge of Laidlaw. Just can't do that. As he's met, now Atkinson connects with Morgan. Hall, there's a gap in front of him. Great drive through, just didn't have the speed, the gap shut before he could get to it, but Morgan might find it nice, but instead he's intercepted and Hull FC are away. Gibbons and Mallinson are chasing. That was Finlay Yeaman with the initial break. It's all but certain to get away, but Leeds forcing it again. They really don't need to. They've put themselves on the back foot yet again. As Rutland, Laidlaw. Nice clash with AJ Wallace there. Let's get his side within 20 metres. Are they going to open this second half scoring here? Hull FC. McNamara. Hookham. Looked to work the space, but poor pass. Wide. It did come off at a Leeds hand, though. Referee also signals that the Leeds chase was offside. So Hull FC with another chance to try and penetrate that Leeds defence. All off the back of that Finlay Yeaman break. Laidlaw gets 5 metres short here. Hull look to stretch the left side with McNamara. Dummies tries to go himself. Great tackle from Corey Hall. Already saw the play was coming and hit the halfback well. Hookham goes wide. Yeaman fumbles the ball though. It trickles over the sideline for Leeds to take the ball back. No one wants to score in these opening exchanges, do they? As they try and work their way back from the half-time break. It's Leeds now with Edwards. He's been one of the players of the match at the moment. Levi Edwards has been an extraordinary form yet again. Just showing why he's one of the brightest stars yet to brace Super League just yet. As Hall. Poor pass for Simpson, who just overran it anyway. Leeds once again just trying to force it. Kobe Nicol was nowhere near it either, as Alfie Edgel's been introduced to the field of play. In number 14, he's just out of shot at the moment, but see him in a moment. Like I say, you've got Nicol on this near side. Partnering Max Simpson. It's Ben Shields that's gone to the bench. It's Hull FC with the ball now. Gets offload away on the first tackle from Laidlaw to Rutland. That's Koke. Look to be wanting his first try, surely, after having 3 opportunities denied. Not by his own doing, though, let's say that. It's Hookham. Dunedin just decided to straighten up, go at the line himself. Poor from McNamara. It went backwards, though, as signalled by referee Vellet. The halfback picks up, goes across to the opposite side of the field. Instead, he's met by Atkinson and Wallace. We're pushing back over the 20. Leeds really need to defend here. Can't really concede at this moment of the game. Staveley met by Simpson. Morgan as well, but a man down, you could say. Litton wants to get himself over and possibly is in here. And the referee does single it. It's a brilliant try there from Davy Litton. Clever grubber from Hookham into the backfield. And Litton just too quick for Kirby Nicol to collect that ball and has the mindset to get that ball down before the end of the in goal. To give his try a 16-point lead now. So it's Hull FC 16, Leeds Rhinos 0 with a kick to come. So Hull looking to take their lead up to 3 scores. Should McNamara kick this a couple of metres out off the sideline. Just look to bend this one. And does so. It's a solid conversion from the halfback. That makes the score Hull FC under 19s 18, Leeds Rhinos under 19s 0. Just feel this game slightly getting away from Leeds here. But we've seen them fight back before. Never count out the young Rhinos, as we saw most notably against Hull KR here. In what was one of the games, if not the game of the year so far for the academy. Mallinson with the spiralling restart. Collected by try scorer Litton. Starts the new set here for Hull FC. That's Vitaya Vasu Tabalakia Sukani. He's come onto the field wearing number 18. His first carry, a little fumble, but nothing that put his side in danger. It's Hull. Not looking to go on the front foot, but how many more of these are we going to see if the player's not playing the ball correctly? And once again, it's Staveley that's been penalised again by the referee. It's been the 4th or 5th quarter time we've had that call in this game. You can almost tell it's the last game of the season, can't you? As Leeds, very much in need of points right now. As Mallinson, Atkinson, sending that ball wide. Almost don't want to play it too much here, but there is space for Levi Edwards, who gets his nose through. Goes for the corner himself, but it's brought down by the chasing Hull defenders. Leeds going for the line now with NA. It's just caught short as well. The debutant, Sinfield. Mallinson. Morgan. Nice shift over to Horlington. Bit of space for Corey Hall. Gets the offload out of the back, and Morgan does really well to keep hold of the ball, but instead it's been called a knock on by the referee, and Hull FC will get the ball. You could hear the cheer from up here, what that meant. They're really on the back foot there from both the Edwards drive and then Corey Hall finding a bit of space on the edge too. Almost again, they didn't need to play it at Leeds. There's almost roughly around 25 minutes to go. There's plenty of time to get back into the game. But again, they're forced to do more defending. As Lytton, the most recent try scorer for Hull FC. McNamara. He's on to Walker. He just has to surrender himself in the tackle. Goes to ground. That's with Gibson. Slowly working their way away from the try line, and instead Hookham decides I'll kick early. I'll force Leeds to bring the ball away. It's a great chase as well from the visitors, as Alfie Edge will collect. Man that can produce a lot out on the field, Alfie Edge will be very creative this year. Despite only one try, it's the little things you don't see with the Kippax player in his first year. As Hall brings the ball towards the 40. Leeds working their way well into Hull FC territory here. Eager for points, in need of points. Mallinson, one of the oldest in the team. Definitely one of the players that will be looking to lead this team. They are to try a fight back on the 5th. Edwards is wrapped up out near that north stand corner. And Leeds again turn the ball over. Turn it over in a great position, mind, but very much don't want to be doing as much defending as they can help. It's Tabalakia, Sukani. The first carry back at the line. He's looking to bust a hole if he can. As does Gibson there, who breaks free and just gets away from the challenge of Luke Atkinson. He does really well, does the Leeds. Luke's forward to get back and put his opposite number down. Kobe Nicol and Kai Morgan in there as well to finish off the loose forward. Ball out wide. Yeeman drops it though. Both sides just lacking that finesse. At the moment, not keeping hold of the ball as well as each other. It says while Hull FC are leading, still don't really look settled in the second period. Needs to make another change. It's on Wallace leaving the field. Ethan Spear. He's on. Back in the game after 4 appearances this year. 2 tries, both to secure wins against Castleford and here against Hull KR. A very passionate player as well, Ethan. Wears his heart on his sleeve, definitely. He takes the second carry of the set. Sinfield drops inside for Field, gets it off to Mallinson. Now it's Spear. Goes back at the markers, gets the offload away again. Gets a zero tackle as well. Just noticed from the referee. It's perfect for Leeds here. Just to build a bit of pressure, which I've not really been able to do in this game at all with Field. Now it's in front of the post with Gibbons as a gap for the substitute. To try and weasel his way over under the post, but he can't. They go wide. Atkinson, there's a gap. Spear offloads. Atkinson loses the ball as he offloads. And that'll be a Hull FC head and feed. It's once again that lack of finesse as such just comes into the play again. Just halts any momentum. Which neither side have really had in this second half at all. So like I said, don't forget, there is the Leeds Rhinos women in action tomorrow. You can follow that on Sky Sports Mix, as well as across the Leeds Rhinos Twitter account. There'll be live updates, plus match report and highlights later in the week too. And as confirmed yesterday, don't forget that you can book your tickets now for our semi-final clash with St Helens next Friday at the Totally Wicked Stadium. You can get tickets at www.tickets.therhinos.co.uk. That's a big hit from Simpson and Nickel Putz. Hull FC man, I'm not quite sure who it is. On his header will get assessed. Is Lytton. Hope the fullback's okay. Wasn't intentional from either Simpson or Nickel who made the tackle, but it will be a HIA. And the physio has signalled for the fullback to leave the field. It's good that he's on his feet, though. That's a great thing to see. But as I said, tickets for next Friday. Go to tickets.therhinos.co.uk to book online, or call the ticket office now. And make sure you're there. Make sure you're supporting the boys. 80 minutes from Old Trafford in a big clash against the Saints. That's Hull FC with the subsequent penalty. Kicks to get the visitors just shy of 20 metres away here. After losing Davy Lytton to the HIA. Start the wind in their sails though. McNamara gets it on. That's Finley Yeaman. So try to do a bit of work. It looks to move to that full back position actually. Yeaman, as McNamara gets the ball out wide. It's Marcus Walker that takes it in. Leeds' defence stands strong again. Referee waves time off. There's a centre who's been down once already. So just be feeling that lower back. There's another one we just hope is okay. Of course, at this age, it's all about the welfare of the players as well. He's okay to continue, though. We'll play the ball inches away from his own line as Koki just loses the ball there. And Leeds regain. Big last 20 minutes here for the Rhinos. Can they turn their fortunes around? Do not go anywhere. Don't go get yourself a cup of tea, because this could be a great finish if Leeds can get some tries back here. They get a nice bit of go forward now with Mallinson goes out dummy half, drives over the halfway line on the third. Fourth tackle now. Morgan, Hall, goes back behind the markers, finds the gap, gets the offload away. It's a nice safe one to Mallinson. Dummies tries to get through the line himself. Jack Sinfield did that earlier in the game, and Mallinson trying to follow suit as Sinfield. Will he kick? Yes, he will. It's a nice one towards the posts. It's fumbled by Hookham and just batted behind under the pressure of Corey Hall. That's more like it from Leeds. It's a dropout. Straight into the arms of Kobe Nicholas. Safe catch from the fullback who's out on the wing. after the introduction of Alfie Edgell. It's Morgan into Spear. Takes it in towards the post, 20 metres away. Looked to be a fumble. Referee doesn't see it though. Mallinson darts and dances. After we half, gets a little bit further, knows what he needs to do. Gibson tries in an attempt to rip it. Does well to keep hold of it. Spear now drives for the line. Can he get over? No, I think he's held up really well by the Hull FC defence. I've seen him score from with men in front of him before, Ethan Spear. That's not a problem. He's getting through the line. Or getting the ball down either. As Leeds. So that short break. Push wide. Atkinson, Sinfield. Edwards. Not a clean catch. Gets the offload away and Leeds to go in the corner again. But the referee waves it for a forward pass. It just really seems to be bad luck at the minute that Leeds have not even added to their scoreline yet. Edwards being the headline in the first half. Now, what it would have been if NA could have scored on his debut for the club. If he'd have been able to score in the corner, as he just did. But instead, it's Hull FC. Bring the ball in, bringing the ball away. Gibson. Whether they'll wind down, I'm not sure. With under 15 minutes left. Or push for the other try, because he'd say if they get one more try, that'd maybe seal it. It's Rutland. Onto Gibson again. Second carry for him in this set. Getting through a lot of work, the loose forward. Not afraid to put his hand up for it. And Hookham just decides to kick long. And it just doesn't bounce the right way. If that had bounced quite right, that could have been a 40-20. The bounce still not totally cruel as Edgell is back now by his own touchline after the bounce. Of course, a good chase as well, made sure that the fullback couldn't get any further. Nickel with that first carry in the set. And then Hull FC caught offside. Relieving for the Rhinos. They start the set. New set of 6, fresh set of 6. 20 metres from the try line, and Gibbons with the first carry. Tom Nicholson, what out there in the yellow jumper, just barking a couple of instructions that he'll have been told from the sidelines. Chev Walker and Matt Buttrell know what they're doing. As that's a great offload from Hall onto Spear. Gets Leeds a little bit further. Spear not got hold of. This is a brilliant try. Ethan Spear. He enjoys a good try. Headingly does the prop forward. And that's a brilliant one again to get Leeds their first of the game. Sensational from the forward. All came from the break from Hall. Absolutely brilliant from the prop. At such a crucial time as we approach the last 10 minutes or so. Like I said, do not turn your TV screens off just yet. This is Mallinson who, with the relatively straightforward conversion, makes the score back to 12 points. It's Leeds Rhinos under 19 6, Hull FC under 19s 18. What a crescendo this is going to be. Another try, and we've really got a game on here. Naturally, Hull just slow to come back and take the kick-off, waste as much time as they can, and I don't blame them. as Leeds look to turn the tides. So we just wait on Marcus Walker to get us back underway. Just get that restart. Naturally as well goes Long, looking to make Leeds go the full 100 metres if they want to get within 6 points here. Spear, the try scorer, with the first carry. Now Hall, the architect of that Spear try, looked dangerous all game, as you'd expect from the centre, who like I've said earlier in the stream, has had a brilliant season so far. Not just the U19s, but also on a Sinfield. Now breaks through. Jack Sinfield's away. There's no support, is there? Yes, there is. It's Ollie Field. That's going to be another try for Leeds. Ollie Field under the posts. Leeds go the length once again. There's a lot of concern here for Jack Sinfield, who went down in back play. But it's 2 in 2 minutes for Leeds. Ollie Field scores, and the gap's down to 6 with a kick to come. Safe conversion as well from Jack Mallinson. And what about the break from Sinfield? Wasn't going to be beaten by the... Wasn't going to be tackled by the Hull FC defenders. And although he looked like he didn't have a lot of options, Field just dug deep, found that extra speed. Scored alongside the halfback who's under pressure from Finlay Yeaman. And the captain scores. Like I said, this is going to be a brilliant finish here at Emerald Henley Stadium. What a way to cap the end of the 2021 Under-19 season. It's Walker again. Kicking long. Same strategy with Morgan. Sends it to Ethan Spear. Just gets himself psyched up, gets himself hyped up to get back at the line. Get Leeds on their way. Joe Gibbons. Seen a lot of the Sakroa since he has come on. In major at the minute. One player that can make a number of breaks through the line. Corey Hall another. He gets Leeds to the 30. Mallinson. Sinfield again. Onto Field. The two got a great little partnership on that far side. As Gibbons has gone off the field. Kane Glancy on the park. Provide a bit more grunt if Leeds need it in the forwards. Hall on this near side with Simpson. Forced to go down under the pressure of Masaik and Wakoka Koke. It's Morgan forced to kick on the 5th. Taken by Burrell, knocked on by Finlay. Sinfield's there. Can Sinfield pick up the ball? No! It's going out for a dropout. But I think we'll come back for the knock-on. Brilliant from Leeds once again. I think you're probably as tense as I am at the minute. What an exciting finish. You could not script this from these young Rhinos. Looks to be a pretty routine take from Yeaman. But the drop just invites Leeds to come again. 6 points the deficit here. Can they equal it up, Leeds? With Glancy. Takes a first tackle, gets a few more metres post-contact. The substitute. Sinfield. Short pass. Edwards, great run. Off the line, gets the offload away as well for Field. Onto Edgell. Can Ene score in the corner? Looks almost a routine finish, really. But Hull FC there in defence to do well. Edgell. Sinfield. Mallinson, shape to kick, gives it instead to Glancy again. Leeds 10 out with tackles in the bag. Sinfield, there's a gap out wide. Can he find it? Brilliant pass out wide. Looking for Ene, who's met by the Hull defenders, and the referee blows for a forward pass. Just when Leeds looked like they were really building there. The gap was open and everything. But instead, let's see, just will look to work out these last few minutes as best they can. Leeds will look to force the mistake if they can. Tabalakia Sukani with the carry. Gets the visitors towards the 30. Leeds can't really allow many more metres as Hull can kick from as deep as they can. Spear just caught on the ground. Referee pauses the clock. If Leeds can force Hull to kick from this sort of range, you'd fancy Leeds to maybe add another. The wind definitely in their sails at the moment. As Gibson. It's over the 40. On fourth. Hull just caught in the ruck. And now we reach the 5th. Leeds need to take this next opportunity if they are to level the game. McNamara kicks high, down to Nickel. Going to have to come away for his own 10 here. Edgell will try to find a gap, gives it out to Ene. There's a bit of a gap outside for him, gives it on to Levi Edwards, who we know's got the speed and got the pace, and he gets outside one, gets the ball back inside. But it just goes astray. See the call here. I think this will be a Hull FC ball. And it is a Hull FC ball. Leeds trying to force it. If there's anyone you would want to give the ball onto, it is Levi Edwards on that far side. Ene's just down with, looks to be cramp. What a moment that would have been. As Abdullah Balogan comes over to this near side. Both teams have used all their subs in this game. The clock is officially stopped now as Walker's gone down again. So the referee will let play continue with Hull FC in possession. Don't want to preempt it, but do you look to work as close down the middle as you can and go for a drop goal when you've got someone like McNamara that can do that? I'm not sure. It's Burrell fends off the challenger Glancy and gets a little further forward. Another fumble there from Harrison Petrie. In 30 metres away, Hull FC, Hookham, ball back on the inside. Easy take, and they're quickly on to the 5th. No one's deep, so I think this will just be a kick for the sideline. Or it's a chip, even, out to Kobe Nickel. So Leeds back in possession here. Need to score here. They want to level this game up. Edgell with the carry. Was looking to go wide. Nothing on as Hull FC defence sprinted up on him. Now Morgan, Sinfield. Field gets it to Edwards, back to Field. That look forward again for NA. The captain just goes down on his haunches. Can't quite believe what he has just done. The game surely is wrapped up for Hull FC now. With the ball as well on the Leeds 30. Unless, of course, Leeds can force a mistake. Burrell with that carry and just hits the deck. As you can see, it's been quite a simple set. But they come in with a great game plan, Hull FC, to give credit to Richard Tate's side. The special works in the first half. This second half, nice and tricky, but Corey Hull gets a strip. Leeds will have the ball back. We said a mistake or a one moment could decide it. Leeds. I'm not sure how much time they will have. They will have left. But that was it. And despite a fight back from the young Rhinos, Hull FC with the 18-12 win here at Emerald Headingley Stadium. After the first half tries from Jude Ferreira and Callum Rutland, Davy Litton added one more to take Hull FC's lead out to 18. But Leeds would not give in, fighting back through Ethan Spear and Ollie Field. But it was just a little bit too far for the young Rhinos on this occasion as they end the season on a slightly disappointing note. Of course, looking at this year, after having a year off the field due to COVID, the way that these boys have played, as well as the 17s and 16s guys too, it's been an absolute credit to the club. And just on a final note, like I say, Leeds Rhinos women, do not miss them in action. Show your support. If you want to go over to St Helens, you can do. Tickets are available to purchase now, but the game will also be on Sky Sports Mix with our game kicking off at 3:30 against York City Knights ladies. And also more semi-final action, but this time in the Betfred Super League. Leeds Rhinos travelling across to take on St Helens next Friday. Like I said, you can get your tickets and your travel through tickets.therhinos.co.uk. Ring the ticket office now. Secure your place in the stands to cheer on the boys. But it's full time here. My name's been Dan Hawkett. Thank you so much for tuning in, not just for this game, but throughout this whole season. We really hope you've enjoyed what you've been watching in the next generation of young Rhinos. And we really hope to bring you more next year with the return of the reserves too, along with the under-18s and 16s. This is Dan Hawkett signing off. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.